Because what they saw was one man with his 5 wives. What we saw was 5 women with a handyman living in the compound. I am from Kenya. I never ran a single marathon. And I was raised with good Christian values like loving my neighbor. His wife doesn't know. And I got one of those cold calls. And the guy on the phone says, "Have you had an accident that wasn't your fault?" I was like, "Yes, mate. Colonialism." He hung up. But can we all agree right now that anybody that goes around colonizing anybody is an asshole? Can we all agree? Can we all agree? Good, let's talk about them. Do you know what? Colonialism is as horrendous as it sounds, but we can all learn something from it. Because the ethos of a colonizer are conquer, acquire, enslave. Also my motto for finding a husband. And I got one. So the night before I got married, my very English mother-in-law whispered in my ear, "When I had our David was marrying a woman from Africa." What could possibly follow such a statement? You know it's not gonna be woke, right? You know that if this is social media, somebody's gonna be stepping down. She said, "When I had our David was marrying a woman from Africa, I was horrified." I was like, "Oh, how do you think I felt when I found out you're from Hull?" So yes, I am from Kenya, and Kenya was a British colony. And when Kenya was a British colony, we had to be like the British. We played British board games. We played Guess Who's Gonna Conquer Us Next. We played Monopoly. They banked the money. We went to jail. And when they said, "Let's play Cluedo," we were like, "Run." We know the murderer. But you know what? You gotta give it to them. Because British colonizers were very audacious. So audacious. And you have to be audacious, okay? They would turn up anywhere in Africa, and they would find an African going about his business, and they would be like, "Take me to your leader at once." Can you imagine if I turned up at Heathrow Airport and went, "Take me to your leader at once"? British people would be so confused, they'll be like, "I am so sorry, there's currently no leadership." And when the British arrived in Kenya, they found that we were polygamists. And they automatically assumed that African women were oppressed. Because what they saw was one man with his 5 wives. What we saw was 5 women with a handyman living in the compound. A handyman that did all of their chores and then gave them a happy ending. And it was amazing. You never had to worry about your husband because you could hear all the other wives scolding him. And the reason for polygamy was purely logistical. It was because there was always fewer men. Because men were more likely to die a battle, and men were more likely to die from being scolded by all those women. But people say that when you travel, you find out something about yourself. I came to the UK, I discovered I was black. I didn't know, you see, I didn't know. Because I'm from Africa, and in Africa, we don't actually know we are black. You know, we are all walking around Africa thinking that we are just people. Turns out we are black. But we are not, though. Some of us are light brown, others are medium brown, others are dark brown. I guess it's easier for white people because you only have 2 shades, before and after sun. So weird, so weird. So I grew up just 100 kilometers south of the equator. And I said this at another gig, and the guy at the front goes, "What is the equator?" For real. And before I could say anything, the guy on the other side, "It is the imaginary line that divides the world by half." I was like, "No, that's racism." Guys, you've been amazing. That's my time. My name is Njambi McGrath. Good night.